Welcome to Booked, Busy, and Building, the podcast for dreamers, doers, and everyday people making it happen. Whether you're building a business, a mindset, or a better version of yourself, this is your space to stay grounded, get inspired, and keep growing no matter how full your calendar gets. So if you're chasing your dreams and figuring it out as you go, this is your space to stay motivated and keep building. So tune in every week for new episodes. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Booked, Busy, and Building. Today we are going to be talking all about why you need to have that dog in you, or eventually you're just going to end up staying stuck wherever it is that you are. There is one trait that I've noticed helps a lot of people get further in life, and it has nothing to do with talent or connections or money or even luck. A lot of it has to do with this one thing, which is called being a self-starter. It's not the loudest person in the room. They're not the most resourced. They're probably not even the most supported, but they're the ones that wake up and decide, I'm going to just figure it out anyway. I'm just going to wing it and I'm just going to try. And they put one foot in front of the other. So in this episode, I really want to talk to you all about the energy and that internal drive that is literally that dog in you, which pushes you to move before you feel ready. Because the longer that you sit around and wait for somebody to notice you, or for somebody to help you, or even hand you a cheat code, then the longer you are going to stay exactly where it is that you are. Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. And it's not to say that to sound scary. It's literally the truth, and it's to empower you that if you want the life and the career or the brand and the success it is that you want, you literally just have to go out there and get it. Before we start every episode, we are doing our weekly Booked, Busy, and Building check-in. So these are 3 things to ask yourself. Number 1, what opportunities are you stepping into this week and how are you staying booked? Number 2, what is taking up your time and your energy right now? What is keeping you busy? And number 3, what are you intentionally working towards for your future self and building? You can obviously hold off on answering these until the end of the episode, or you can even do it right now. It is totally up to you. But don't forget to sign up for my newsletter called Spill the Success, which has your episode listening guide. It gets sent to you right after this episode airs. And there's also a little bit of homework and some journal prompts that you can do after listening if you guys just want to take it a little bit of a step further. But to answer this myself, the opportunities that I'm stepping into this week and how I'm staying booked is I am putting myself out there for opportunities, even if I don't feel 100% ready, and I'm just going and executing. So if you haven't seen lately on my social media, or if you don't have me on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or wherever, I had this idea last week, which I talked a little bit about in last week's episode, but this week I finally fully executed on it, and it was an idea to host an event with Emma Grade when she comes to New York in April for her book tour. So I really want to work with her. I really want to work with her team and try to make something happen in partnership with my media company, Valdez Agency. And I obviously have never put together an event that is at that scale that I want to do it at. I've never worked with a public figure like this, but I am putting myself out there for an opportunity, even if I don't feel 100% ready, because I just want to do it. I want to make it happen, and I want to see what can I do if I am put in this kind of pressure and in this kind of environment and in this kind of situation. How can I really make this happen and make it successful? And I want to make that happen so bad. I also really want to work with Emma Grade because she's one of my business mentors and role models, someone that I really, really look up to. So that is an opportunity that I'm stepping into. But something that is keeping me busy this week is I've really been focusing on elevating my social media on content and being extra active instead of just waiting for the perfect opportunity to post or waiting for the perfect post in general. Because I've noticed that on my Valdez Agency Instagram page, sometimes I'm a little bit inactive and I don't post as much as I want to, or I don't post as much as how I do on TikTok and Instagram on my personal Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just be active, put a post out there, even if it's not perfect to me, but it's just getting something out there. So that is something keeping me busy. And lastly, something that I've been intentionally working on is, again, putting myself out there for opportunities, even if it doesn't happen, but just trying. So for example, the Emma Grade opportunity, even if this does not end up happening, which fingers crossed, I hope it does, it is still reaching people. It's still getting eyeballs and different people are viewing it. So even if the thing it is that I want doesn't happen, it can at least least open up another door for me and bring something else, which is just as great. Now let's get into the actual episode. Let's dive right in to tip number 1. No one is coming to save you, and that is your advantage. I love this tip. I really wanted to make it number 1 and just start off the episode like this, because the moment that you stop waiting is the moment your life starts moving. That is when things really start to get into motion and things really start to happen. Because again, at the end of the day, no one is going to come save you, but you can really use that to your advantage and think, okay, how can I try to get myself out of this situation? How can I try to do something different? Like for me, when I was in middle school and high school, I was obsessed with social media and YouTube and content creation. And I was like, this is truly one of my dreams to do in life. Like I would love to work with some brands. I would love to put my content out there and learn to edit and do all these different things. And when I realized like, okay, I just have to put myself out there and just show up as if I am already a content creator. I have to show up as if I am already doing this professionally. That is when things can start to line up for me. And that's exactly what happened. And that's the mindset you need to have with anything it is that you do in life. Like you are not going to be the most professional. You're not going to be the best right when you start and you post your first video, or you send out your first email, or you apply to different jobs. Like your application or whatever it is that you are doing, like it's not going to be perfect right off the bat, but you still need to try. And that's why I say the moment you stop waiting and you just put one foot in front of the other, that is when things really start to line up for you. And you notice like, oh my God, like just me putting my energy out there and putting this out there in the world is opening up all these other things for me. Like when I started posting on social media, it opened up all these other doors that I never thought would, like me doing panels and speaking opportunities and all different kinds of things, being invited to schools to speak, like starting a 2-week social media summer camp last summer. Like I would have never thought that me posting on TikTok and social media would have led to all these other doors opening, but it's like you never know unless you try. So waiting for permission or waiting for the right moment, that is literally just procrastination. And again, the longer you wait, the longer you are delaying potential opportunities from happening to you. But if you are someone that needs constant motivation from others, or the foundation that you have for yourself is weak, then you're never going to get to where it is that you want to be. Because again, motivation is never there when you need it. It's only there in the moment. And then when you actually need it, that's when you have to rely on discipline. So if your foundation with what you are doing every single day is already weak and it's not that strong, then you're not going to have that self-starter trait. You're not going to have that self-starter mentality to just want to get up and actually go and do the thing. So self-starters, like they create that momentum for themselves without actually needing any kind of validation. They don't need external opinions. They don't need any outside noise to help them or rely on what it is that they want to do, because they build that momentum within themselves, which is why I say you need to have that dog in you kind of mentality and that kind of characteristic within yourself. And if you don't, it's going to be a lot harder to do the things it is that you want to do, because you cannot build a big life or do the things it is that you want if you are constantly waiting for someone else to give you the green light or to give you the go or the okay. There's not going to be handouts. There's not going to be anyone that's going to be able to help you or give you certain things. Like you literally just need to go and do the thing and then create that for yourself. As soon as I switched on that mentality for myself, that is when I noticed so many things started happening to me, and I started really flourishing in a lot of different areas in my life that I was actually so surprised within myself. But again, it's because like I had that switch in me that was like, I need to go out there and just do my thing regardless of whether people are going to support me or not, regardless of whether it ends up working out or not, because you don't want to live with that what if feeling. You don't want to have that regret for the rest of your life thinking, what if I went out there and I did that thing, or what would have happened if I tried this or I did that. Like living with that feeling, I feel like is much worse than just going out there and maybe it didn't work out as the way you wanted it to, or maybe it ended up like failing in your own terms. It's like I would rather have that and know, okay, at least I tried, versus living with the feeling of maybe if I would have done this, what could my life have been? Number 2 is energy is a skill and winners protect it. So I really love this tip as well. I know I say that about every single one, but what I love the most about this one is that being a self-starter, or what you think being a self-starter is, doesn't mean like being the loudest person in the room. It doesn't mean you're the person that is blasting yourselves on social media all day, every day, constantly spam posting or doing all these things. Like it is just about having this internal fire within you and having a really strong foundation for yourself and your life and where it is that you want to go, which is why I say energy is a skill and you need to protect it and you need to nurture it every single day. I always refer to my businesses and the things that I'm building as my baby, because you are literally starting it from nothing and and you're watching it grow over the years, and you have to keep nurturing it every single day, like literally like a baby. You have to put time and energy and work into that every single day, but it requires having this internal energy and almost like creating your own sense of urgency. And one of my favorite female entrepreneurs, her name is Tara Bosch. She's the founder of Smart Sweets. She sold her business for millions of dollars, and she's a woman that I really, really, really look up to. And something that she says a lot in her interviews and in her content is there needs to be this patient urgency. Like, you need to have that. And that is something that she had within herself while she was building her candy company. And it was basically about being patient with the process and what it is that you're doing, but having urgency. Like, okay, it's going to take time, but how can I show up today to do this thing? So if you have time this week, I highly recommend listening to any kind of interview with her in it, because I think she is just, again, like just a powerhouse woman and literally perfect definition of from nothing to something. She's not super, super out there, but she showed up and she did her thing and she knew what she wanted to do, and she had that patient urgency, which again brings up the whole having discipline over motivation topic. Like, motivation is always going to fade, but your commitment and your energy and that urgency is not going to fade, because if you have that, then that is within you. And once you have that, again, like, you have to nurture it. You have to show up for that thing every day, because the dog in you is the thing that's going to show up even when you don't feel like it. Again, the days you don't want to go to the gym, the days you don't want to post content, the days that you don't want to do anything is when that dog in you needs to show up instead. Your consistency, how you're showing up every single day, like, that is the difference between the people who really, really want whatever it is that they want and how they are going to get it, versus the ones who don't show up because no one's watching, versus the ones that are not going to put in the work because they don't need to today, or they're going to do it tomorrow. They're the ones that always have that excuse, and you don't, because again, you have that consistency and that hunger and that fire and that internal urgency within yourself that you don't need any of the outside noise. You don't need anything else, because you have yourself and you know what it is that you are working towards. And that is the thing that is going to push you further. You are the kind of person that is going to go out there and get what it is that you want, versus the other people who just wait around. And again, they're waiting for the hand to come and save them. They're waiting for someone else to post something so they can get that inspiration. They are just waiting for other people to do the thing. But it's like, if you really want it, just go out there and do it. But you need to have that energy and that fire and that internal drive, because again, it is a skill. You cannot just get this from somebody else. It cannot be passed on. It is like, you have it or you don't. Tip number 3, stop looking for cheat codes and just do the work. This is one of the most important tips throughout this video, because I have noticed this so much with content creators, entrepreneurs, or aspiring content creators and entrepreneurs, or anybody in life who just wants a big life and they dream very, very big. You cannot wait for handouts. You cannot keep looking for cheat codes or secret formulas. Like, the secret is literally effort and iteration and endurance. These are all the things that are essentially the secret formula and the luck. Like, if you are not putting in any of those things, then you are not going to get to where it is that you want to be. Your ambition, your hustle, your drive, your hunger for wanting more and wanting success, you cannot outsource that. Like, you cannot get that from somebody else. It cannot be handed to you. It is literally something you need to have within yourself. So if you're constantly looking for cheat codes, or you're waiting for somebody else to post something to get the idea, or you are just going to copy other people, then you are never going to get to where it is that you want to be, because it's like, you need to come up with your own creativity, have your own fire, have your own drive and your own energy, because that is the thing that is going to push you further. If you are someone that is unique and you are doing your thing and you're just hustling and you're tuning out that outside noise, you are going to get to where you want to be much faster than the person that is just scrolling on social media, still waiting and looking for something that can be their cheat code. That brings me to the point also of consuming content is not the same as taking action. Like, just because you're getting inspiration from this person's page, or you're reading these things or doing that, like, that is also a form of procrastination. And I realized that too. Like, I was always waiting for another motivational video to listen to finally get the push to want to do something. I was waiting for another podcaster to release something else for me to listen to be like, okay, this is going to get me to do this. Like, the longer you wait for someone else to post something, or the more that you wait for another thing to finally be your push to be motivated, you are just going to end up waiting for forever. So consuming content or constantly waiting to see what other people are doing, like, that is literally a form of procrastination, because again, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're not actually taking action. Or you think, oh, I'm getting inspiration, or I'm writing notes, or I'm doing research. Like, it is again a form of procrastination. You're just consuming things and you're not putting it into action, because you can consume all of these things, you can learn all of these things, read all of these books, but if at the end of the day you're not actually going out there and doing it, then what is the point? And I think a great example of this is with me and a new hobby that I just recently picked up, which is skiing, which I know is a little bit random. I was never a skier. I still don't even really consider myself one, because I've only done it twice. But when I did it the first time, I had a really fun time, and I was like, you know what, I feel like this could be a fun hobby. I'm learning something new literally from scratch. When I decided, okay, I really want to get into this and I want to learn and get better, that is something that I literally need to go out there and actually practice and do. Like, I can watch all of these TikToks, I can buy all of this gear and get all of these tips and advice on people that are skiers, but if I'm not actually going out there and skiing, then I'm never actually going to learn and do the thing. Because again, you can watch all of this content, you can consume all of these things, you can buy the most expensive gear, you could buy the fanciest boards or the fanciest skis, you can buy all of these different things, but if you are not going out there and practicing and doing it, then you're never going to get better, and you're just going to keep consuming all of these things and not actually taking action. So I feel like that aligns perfectly, because I'm watching all of these videos and I'm taking in all of these notes and I'm writing things down on how I can get better on my next run. But how can I get better at going down the mountain and going down the slopes if I'm not actually practicing and I'm just consuming all of this content? So again, like, if you're always researching or you're always looking for that piece of motivation, you're probably just avoiding wanting to start because you're scared, or you have a little bit of this fear in you, which that is a whole other thing. You can listen to my episode called Raise Your Hand Before You're Ready, where I really talk about just going all in even before you feel ready. But self-starters, again, they don't wait until they know everything. They just start and they adjust and they keep going and they keep trying. They are not waiting for this perfect moment, and especially they're not waiting until the time when they know everything. They are just trying and putting one foot in front of the other, and that is valued 100 times more than the person who actually knows everything. Before we get into the next tip, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, and that is Valdez Agency. If you're new here, Valdez Agency is the media company that I founded to help ambitious creators, students, and young professionals actually get access to opportunities and real conversations about building something meaningful and going after your dream life. If you're a creator and you want brand deals, education, and a community that wants to see you win, then Valdez Agency is the place for you, and it is absolutely free to sign up and join. To apply and be in our creator community, all you have to do is visit thevaldezagency.com. You can also rate our podcast, Booked, Busy, and Building, after you're done listening, or even right now, if you enjoy the episodes either on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Booked, Busy, and Building Podcast, which posts the full episodes. Make sure you're also signed up for our weekly newsletter, Spill the Success, which has all kinds of resources and new drops towards mindset, career, creator economy, business, and more. And lastly, follow Valdez Agency on Instagram so you never miss anything that is going on, including our book club that is hosted virtually on Fable, where we read books monthly on self-development, mindset, and more, plus our newly launched broadcast channel, which is solely on our Instagram. Reminder again that all of this is free and everything is linked in the show notes, because trust me, we are building something big with Valdez Agency and we would love for you to be a part of it. So let's get back into the episode. Number 4 is commitment will attract opportunities and success. Opportunities and new things coming into your life and doors opening will only happen and only gravitate towards the people who are moving and taking action. When you show initiative, when you actually show up every day, when you do your thing and you put one foot in front of the other, that is how things are going to open up for you. That is how you are going to be in the rooms it is that you want to be in. That's how you're going to get people to notice you. That's how you are finally going to be able to reap the rewards of your success, is if you are actually moving. But opportunities and success and whatever it is that you want is not going to come to you if you are not actually showing up and putting in the work and you're staying committed, which again, has to do with having that dog in you. Like if you are just doing something because you want the easy way out, or you think it's just going to help you make money, or you just want to do it because everyone else is doing it, then you are never going to be happy. You're never going to be fulfilled. I see this all the time on TikTok. People are like, follow me because I need to pay for this, or follow me because I want to do that, or I want to go to brand events and all these different things. If you don't genuinely love content or editing or posting or just being in that hustle stage where you might not even get brand deals for months and then 1 month you finally get one, like if you are not willing to almost struggle a little bit and enjoy the process of that, then it's going to be harder for you to stick it out in the end. Like I have been doing this for over 6 years and I am still putting in as much effort as I can with everything it is that I do. I feel like I'm someone that is very like, I'm willing to do the extra credit with my own work, even if I don't need to do it. Like all of the content that I'm posting, all the things that I'm doing, the emails that I send out, all of the work that I do, like the hours that I spend in front of my computer. It's like all the things that I am doing now, no one is telling me to do it. I'm not on anybody's timeline. I am not on anybody's clock. Like I'm literally doing things because I want to and because I know where it is that I want to be. So I am doing it for my future self. And Ryan Serhant has a really great quote from an interview that he did. I don't remember which one it was, but I listened to this last year and he said that his boss is his future self. Like the person that he shows up for every single day is the version of himself like 20-25 years from now. And that person is his boss. That person is like, are you doing this today? Are you showing up? Like, what are you doing today to show up for that person that is a decade or 2 decades older than you right now? And when I started thinking about myself in that way, I was like, oh my God, like I'm 23 right now. What is my life going to look like when I'm 40? Like, what is going to happen? What is it going to be? And it's like, how can I show up for that girl today? And so many people that start now don't reap the rewards of their success until many years later. And this brings up another really great quote that I remember from when Emma Gray did an interview with Mel Robbins on her podcast that I just re-listened to last week because it's one of my favorite episodes ever. But Emma Gray was saying that she has been hustling and grinding since she was literally like in high school, and she has not started enjoying her career and has not had her dream life up until the last 5 years. Like she said, the last 5 years is when she really felt like, wow, I am now in my dream life. I am now in my dream career. And mind you, she's like 43. So it's like she's been hustling for over a decade or two, and she's been putting in all of this work. And now she's like, I'm finally living that dream life. And I just got into that just a few years ago. Like now she's finally reaping the rewards of all of her success. So it's like, you are not going to get it immediately. You are not going to get it right away. You don't even know when you're going to get it. But it's like all these people that you look up to, they were not overnight success stories. They were not people that just decided, okay, I'm going to start a business, and then the next day they're being funded millions of dollars and they're getting acquired and this, that. Like there is a story behind everything. No one likes to look at how people got to where they are today. They just like to look at what they have today, when it's like, you got to do the opposite. Like you got to start with where they are today and then work backwards. Like how did they get to that? How did this happen? Your confidence and how you build yourself up and like how you get to where it is that you want to be, that is done simply through action. It is not done through research or watching these videos or waiting for another podcast episode or something. Like it is all these things, it is all built through action. If you are sitting still, nothing is going to happen. If you are waiting for someone to hand you something to give you the cheat code to whatever it is that you want to do, it is not going to happen. When you move, that is when doors start opening for you. That is when things start happening because you are in movement. And it's like, how are you going to expect these things to happen to you? Or how do you want your dreams and your goals to happen if you are not even doing anything right now to prepare for when it does happen? Let's just say you want to be a basketball player and it's your dream to play in the NBA, but you're not practicing every day. And then tomorrow someone from the NBA comes to your door and they want to sign you a contract and they're like, hey, do you want to come and play with us? Like you will not be ready because you have not been practicing and you have not been doing your thing. And that is why I prepare myself so heavily with everything it is that I'm doing, because I'm like, okay, if I want my business to be acquired one day, if I want it to be this $1 million media company, how can I show up as a $1 million media company owner starting today? So any excuses that you keep making yourself, that is what is going to keep you average. But being a self-starter means you are still sending the email even if it's not ready. You are still launching the product even if it's not perfect. You are still applying for the opportunity even if you feel underqualified. You are still building and showing up even when things in your life are slow. You are still showing up for yourself in any way you can, even when it might be a little bit inconvenient. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect moment, or the right connection, or for whatever it is that you want, you are going to end up waiting for forever. So create this internal fire, have this drive within you, because the self-starter is always going to win at the end of the day. Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard enough. The people you look up to are probably not the smartest people in the room, but they refuse to sit still and they refuse to just not take action. And because they did take action and because they did show up for themselves and they used that and that was their drive and their motivation, that is what got them to where they are today. So when you look at these people or these role models or whoever it is that you aspire to be like, just know that they had to go through this insane journey to get to where they are today. So instead of looking and admiring and romanticizing what they have now, look at the story, look at what got them to where they are today, look at the journey, and then remember, like, you are on that path right now. You are not at the end goal of where it is that you want to be, but enjoy the process and enjoy the moment, because one day when you get to where it is that you want to be, you are going to be like, wow, look at all these things that I had to overcome, and I'm so grateful because my hard work was worth it. Thanks for tuning in to Booked, Busy, and Building, where we keep it real, stay growing, and are always showing up for ourselves. Remember that you're not behind, you're in the middle of becoming, so keep building what matters, and the life you want is already yours. And until next time, stay booked, stay busy, and keep building.